Young ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. Good evening to all of you. At the top of international news, things are very, very heated in Israel. Israel has been caught red handed, just as Donald Trump has also just been caught red handed. Yes, number Iran has just demonstrated once again how powerful they are. Iran has just shown the world that Israel and its allies are big talkers who spread falsehoods. Yes, they have just shown that these people are steeped in lies. That's the word we have to say. Yes, yes. Two significant and substantial lies have been uncovered. The first major concern involves these very specific people you clearly see here, who are high ranking commanders from the Iranian military hierarchy, whom they falsely claim to have completely eliminated. These people have reappeared. They have reappeared safe and sound, alive. So, should we say they are living ghosts? Number, they made a big announcement. In the Iranian military hierarchy, we have eliminated this one, that one, and that one. So, according to them, they have eliminated many threats, very influential figures of the Iranian regime, those who contribute to the progress and even the development of the nuclear infrastructure. Unfortunately, these people have reappeared. And on the other side, President Donald Trump, no, that's something else. Israel contradicts a statement by Donald Trump about still regarding the Fordo nuclear site. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the context of this video conference, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. But before we continue, I humbly ask you to share the video conference as much as possible. Give it lots of likes, share it. Let's dive deep into this matter. First and foremost, what absolutely needs to be clearly stated and understood is that these particular elites you observe here are indeed Iranian elites, and they are now reappearing seemingly more vibrant and alive than they have ever been before. We have Admiral Ali Chakani, political advisor to the supreme leader of the revolution, is alive. Yet, Israel had announced that he had been sent to his eternal rest. They had counted that as one of their successes in the operation they carried out against Iran. We have Brigadier General Ismail Kani. He too is alive. He is the commander of the elite Quds Force of the Revolutionary Guard Corps. We also have the Chief of Staff of the Iranian Armed Forces, who we were told had passed away. Iran also played the game. They had appointed a new Chief of Staff, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But the gentleman appeared alive. Yes, his name is Abdurrahim Mousavi. We also have Defense Minister Aziz Nazir Nazir as Nazizaden. There, I am getting there. He too is very much alive. So, this already clearly shows that, as we often say, Israel is in the wrong, and this is a significant point to consider. They are in the wrong. They launched the missiles. There was smoke. Then they say, well, let's send this one to eternal rest without any proof. It's the same thing they did with Fordo. And by the way, speaking of Fordo, I have to say it's becoming very ridiculous. Speaking of Fordo, so Donald Trump made a statement saying that everything was completely destroyed. During an interview he gave, the extensive interview was conducted on. It was subsequently broadcast by the reputable Times of Israel, a well-known news organization. That was on the 24th of June at 12:50. During this interview, Donald Trump said the following. He said that Israel had sent agents to Fordo to check the destruction of the site right after the strike, and that, of course, they found that everything was completely destroyed. Just look at how shameful that is. First of all, it's impossible. How could Israelis get themselves to Iran, to the Fordo site? It's highly secure, since it was already known that they were going to strike. There you have it. Even if there weren't any security personnel immediately on the site, the surrounding area within a very large radius was heavily secure. If the Israelis had tried to go through there, it would have been over for them. So Donald Trump says that these Israelis went there and saw that the site was completely destroyed. How did they manage to get out? How did they get there in the first place? And how did they manage to do it without Iran noticing? None of that is mentioned at all. Now, finally, this is where it gets awkward and very embarrassing. Share the video first in the shared conference. Where it becomes truly awkward and profoundly shameful is precisely when the state of Israel emphatically states that they themselves were absolutely not aware of any such official Israeli mission or delegation that specifically went to Iran. Let's continue. So, Donald Trump stated that Israeli agents allegedly entered the Iranian Fordo site following the strike, which supposedly resulted in total annihilation. So, these agents supposedly witnessed complete destruction. So, this claim suggests a joint or coordinated operation involving the United States and Israel, with devastating consequences for the Fordo facilities. The exact nature of the American attack he refers to, well, is not specified. That is, how did the agents get there? That isn't specified. So there are Israeli officials who have issued a denial. Iranian officials have also issued a denial. So in response to Trump's statements, Israeli officials denied any knowledge of the Israeli operation at Fordo. They denied it. But just imagine, first of all, it should be noted that after the strike, Israeli officials asked Donald Trump to provide them with proof that they had destroyed, that America had destroyed. Yes, they are not providing this proof to satisfy the world. They say that Israeli agents have left. He thinks that the Israelis are going to cover for him. But no. Israel isn't ready because apparently Israel also feels that it has been lied to. Yes. So Israel doesn't want to keep covering up the lie. And so the situation is becoming very, very complicated. The man is exposing himself with every passing hour, with every passing minute, and is becoming disappointing for this America that has so often presented itself as a great nation. So here is the sad reality, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sharing this as much as possible. I'll be back with more news for you shortly. That was the voice of your one and only Samurai.